Yeah, and we back. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Everybody have a seat. We're gonna get right to the proceedings this evening. Thank you for joining. We working. Boxingego, the future. Yeah. What up? Oh, we're gonna have some fun with this one. Let me stretch. Cause I feel like there's gonna be some hot seat action today. I can tell the topics that really excite y'all. So let me get my stretching in. Everybody settle in. We working. The conglomerate, gang, Ego Army, Ego Mafia, the mob, money on top of boxing. You already know what it is, man. Ego Veli, aka Ego. You call me Young Credentials, whatever you want to call me. We gonna talk about it. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. What up, everybody? We gonna talk about some heavyweights. That's what I want to talk about today. What up, 4 Life, 1 Deep. Yo. Yeah, I haven't been live as much, but we back. All that's in the past. We live right now. Let's get it. Let's talk it. See, I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Let's do the roll call so I can really open up. Cause we about to expose the game, separate the boys from the men, the ladies and the women from the little girls. Boxingego roll call. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Philly in the building. Gang, Dallas, Texas in the building. We about to have a little problem in the building. Oregon 503 in the building. Leesburg, Naples, Florida deep. Long Beach, Oakland, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, Georgia, UK, London, Inglewood, North Carolina, Seattle, Fort Worth, Texas, Richmond, 510, my backyard, South Carolina, Indianapolis, Texas, H-Town, go Astros, shout out to the World Series, Anaheim, Maryland, yeah, Toledo, Ohio, we up in this thing, Atlanta, Georgia, Canada, Austin, Texas, Screwston, Texas, Richmond, California, Guadalajara, Mexico, New York, Oakland, we working, baby, Fort Lauderdale, Virginia Beach, Michigan, College Park, Georgia. Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, what it is, pimp? Michigan, yeah. We well represented. The trenches, Victorville, California, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Louisiana. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Bankhead, Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, what it is, pimp? North Baton Rouge, Illadelph, Hollis, Queens, Houston, Texas, Southside, Baltimore, the slums. All right, we everywhere, man. We'll do another roll call at the end. We're going to get right to the proceedings this evening. Yeah. Shout out to Trenton, New Jersey. All right, now let's talk about this. ESPN pinned article based on the interview they did with Deontay Wilder. I made a video about it. Now, see, this is the great thing about going live. When I'm doing videos, like just a standard video, I'm just speaking my mind, my thoughts, and then I see stuff in the comment section. Now, a lot of people felt different types of ways. Some people didn't care about the purse splits. Some people did, said Wilder doesn't deserve it. Let's be clear. In that video, see, I know what I say because I'm there when I say it. And I think about I don't have Tourette's, or I just say shit. First of all, I'm not arguing that Deontay Wilder is going to get 50-50 split. So be clear on that. I never once said that's what he will get. However, some of you maniacs, and this is why I do the live, because now we can all talk about it as a boxing family. People that disagree, we got the hot seat for that. We could just disagree, agree to disagree, and we can do it right here live on the spot. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all don't hear Jimmy. Y'all don't hear Jimmy. All y'all do is listen to what you think is being said and run with that. I specifically said in that video, I don't give a fuck how much Wilder gets or Joshua, unless they're gonna chip me off and break me off some Fetty. I don't care. I really don't. I am a boxing reporter. I am a man. I am a boxing fan. I am a son. I don't care how much they make. Be clear. But people interpret it how they want. I don't even think people listen to I told you, some of y'all don't hear Jimmy. Some of y'all don't hear Jimmy. Y'all you like play 2 minutes of a video or read a title and just assume you know what's being said. Oh, Ego, you're biased. First of all, if I'm so biased, why are you on the videos? Surely there's other boxing channels that are more up to your speed. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's what I hate about the boxing game. A lot of emotional people, a lot of snakes and fakes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're the most biased thing ever. Ah, okay. I'm the most biased. I know for a fact I'm not. Listen, because I know there's people when it comes to Andre Ward, Floyd, Rigondeaux, and a slew of other people. They ain't never said nothing great or nice about any of them. That's not the case when it comes to Joshua. I'm a fan of Joshua. I'm a fan of Wilder. And moreover, I'm a fan of boxing. You don't care, but you have spoken about business side of boxing in some of your videos. True, but I get paid to talk boxing. That's the only reason. Like, this is my full-time income. So I talk about hot and trending topics. I personally, as a personal person, you bias because you don't hate. I don't know what that even means. But listen, from a personal standpoint, I could give a shit if these guys fight for peanuts in the grand scheme of things. Like, I mean, I'm a fair person, so I want to see them, since they're risking their life, actually get something. But what I'm saying is it doesn't matter how much they're getting unless they're giving me any money. But a lot of y'all care too much about the business side and try to prevent fights, and it's getting crazy. Like, what happened to legacy, seeing good fights, talk? Like, back in the day, people used to listen to this. Back in the day, people used to argue about who would win a fight. Like, oh, Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson, who would win? Dun dun dun. Now, what the fans are arguing is if a person deserves this split and how much purse and how many seats he sold and a whole bunch of extracurricular shit that really don't have nothing to do with the art and the sweet science of boxing. That's my whole point. Now, from a business, and like I said, since I'm Johnny on the spot, I never said Wilder is going to get 50-50. But I did say in the video, and I'm going to explain it since I'm live in the flesh, direct. A lot of you motherfuckers aren't realistic. The reason I say that, okay, first of all, you ever heard the saying, closed mouths don't get fed, right? There's nothing wrong with him demanding something, even if you feel it's unrealistic. There's nothing wrong with starting high from a business perspective, since we're talking about the business. For example, they say you don't get what you're worth. I think it was on a movie. You don't get what you're worth, you get what you negotiate. A lot of these promoters for years, for decades, have screwed over the fighters. Fighters are getting smarter, and they see that there's real life money involved. They can put their kids through college and make the right investment. You know what I mean? Danny Garcia got barbershops, and I'm sure he owns some property or record label, shit like that. These fighters are getting smarter, period. So Wilder requesting 50-50, that's not the end all be all. If he feels that's what he's worth for his part in the fight, I don't have a beef with that. Now, will he get 50-50? I don't know, because Eddie Hearn already said he's out of his mind if he thinks he's getting 50-50. But I'm trying to explain to you, and this is what I said in the video. This is what I try to say in the video. Some of you guys need to open up a small business so you know how the inner workings of a business goes. Because if let's say a lot of you guys aren't realistic. That's my whole point. Let's say Rigondeaux, or let's say Wilder negotiated and he says, I'll take 30%. You've already started down here. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really have much leverage or room to work up. But if you start higher and then they're like, oh, we're not giving you 50-50, then you can like, what about 45? What about 40? You know what I'm saying? Then you can gradually go down and haggle. That's really what it is. And this is the funniest thing to me. A lot of y'all, oh, you're biased. You Americans, you fucking Yanks are biased. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We got triple digit viewership, but we don't have triple digit likes. Hit that like button if you in the stream and you like good old fashioned boxing talk. So back to this Wilder situation. The funny thing is this. Because Wilder asked for 50-50, whether you think he's worth it or not, or he's proven it or not, you have people now, just listen. Listen, I'm about to kick the science to y'all. Because Wilder requested 50-50, you have people saying Wilder is ducking. Fine. He's ducking because he's asking for 50-50. But if you really look at the situation, Eddie Hearn has, in so many words, basically said they aren't fighting Wilder next anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to fight him next. And they're actively in negotiations with Joseph Parker. So my question to you, let's put it all together. If Eddie Hearn has basically said Joshua versus Joseph Parker first, and then we'll pursue Wilder for somewhere in 2018, then how is he ducking? How is he ducking when they're not even negotiating with him and they're trying to collect that WBO belt from Joseph Parker? That doesn't even make sense. He's ducking, but they're not even really in deep negotiating. They're in deeper negotiations with Joseph Parker, right? So a lot of what y'all saying sounds stupid. They're not even in deep negotiations to make Wilder Joshua next. So who knows how it'll play out. Maybe he gets 50-50, but it makes more sense to start off high so you can go down. And, you know what I mean, Wilder, in his mind or his team, they probably know what the lowest is and what they're willing to take and what they're not willing to take. It's like some of y'all want him to off top say, I'll take 30%. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid, because then you kind of have to work down from that point. I used this example before. This is a legit example from my life. I worked at Costco. I was working overnights. It was like 5 a.m. in the morning to like 10 a.m. in the morning. They asked me, what do you expect to get for salary? What are you expecting? So I shot high. You know what I mean? I'm shooting for the stars. I mean, I didn't say nothing, Crow, give me 100 an hour. I didn't say nothing unrealistic, but I said more. Costco was a union paying job. I had friends that worked there, so I knew how much around they were making. So I shot high. You know what I mean? I was like, man, give me 18 an hour. I knew they weren't gonna give me 18, but if I said give me 9 an hour, then they could work down and be like, oh, what about 7.75? But we were able to reach a level where I was getting double digits an hour. I forgot what it was. I didn't get 18, but I got like 14 and change. And that was my second job. So I was cool with that. You know what I mean? That's how business works. That's how negotiating works. Period. You know what I mean? If I would have just said, oh, give me 8, then they might work down from that and be like, oh, we can't pay you 8. What about this? Simple mathematics. So Wilder starting out for 50-50, I don't have a problem with that. Will he get that? I don't know. You know what I mean? Because there's an argument. Joshua's selling out stadiums and he's made 20 mil. But from a negotiating perspective, it makes sense to start off high, even if it's unrealistic to you. Start off higher, so as you work your way down, then you can get to a realistic number that you were already content with getting from the beginning. Point blank, period. Besides, how is Wilder ducking when he's the one aggressively calling out Joshua? He's been a lot more vocal about fighting Joshua and fighting him next than the other way around. Ego, did you say give me 18 or I won't work here? No, I didn't. But I mean, you're talking about an ESPN interview. You know what I mean? And bottom line is, most likely they're fighting other people. Wilder might fight like Luis Ortiz or Dominic Breazeale, and Joshua's likely fighting Parker. So we got to see how that even pans out to the point where things change. For example, see, y'all can't fuck with me when it comes to this, because a lot of y'all don't think with logic. Listen, Gennady Golovkin's team was offered $15 million flat, Manny Pacquiao was offered like $40 million flat. No pay-per-view back in, or very little pay-per-view back in. And both of those fighters turned those down. Now, using the same dumbass logic that a lot of y'all are using for this Wilder Joshua, right? Using the same logic, then Golovkin should have took the 15 mil instead of getting a percentage split like everybody else Canelo faced, and Pacquiao should have took the 40 million, because that was more at those times. That was more than they had ever seen in one single solitary fight. Fact. You know what I mean? But it's the art of negotiating. Tom Loeffler like, nah, we want a percentage split. Period. We don't want. What if the gate does some crazy numbers and we stuck it here, and then Golden Boy and Canelo side got all this fucking money? I mean, everybody's in it for themselves. Everybody's looking for to max out and to get the most for a mega event. Period. Same thing to Golovkin. Same thing to Floyd. You know what I mean? Floyd could have easily fought Keith Thurman or somebody, but why? When he's already proven he doesn't get respect. You can fight Conor McGregor, make more money, have a better build-up, and then keep it pushing. So everybody, I mean, realistically, everybody is doing the same shit. They're trying to max out their dollar and get the most for their fight, especially if it's supposed to be a big fight. You know what I mean? So, I mean, everybody's dramatic. And see, all the people who are super dramatic in the comment section, I'm live now. So now you have a person who can speak back. And where are you guys? I'm not really seeing all those same radical comments. Some of y'all was saying dumb shit. Oh, Wilder deserves 10%. That's not realistic. Kubrat Pulev, he's really not known. And Carlos Takam was a late replacement. They didn't get no fucking 10%. So why would a champion get 10%? Not realistic. But once again, a lot of you guys thrive off of emotion. You don't think about logic. And you were never going to give certain fighters a fair shake anyway, because you don't like them. You don't like Deontay Wilder, so you don't give a fuck what he makes. You're gonna just keep calling him bum squad and try to prevent the fight. Me, I don't care about all this split. I don't care if they do a fucking fight for free. I just want to see the fight. Period. But it's funny because y'all be like, oh, you're so biased. You're biased. No, you motherfuckers is biased. You ain't never said nothing good about Deontay Wilder or this fighter or that fighter. But when someone says something with some logic, then they're biased and racist and all this extra shit. We got our first person getting blocked. His name is Georgie. Everybody put your L's up. He's just talking stupid. He said, word on the street is you don't like white people. Okay. My longest relationship was with a white girl, but not that matters. Anyway, get the fuck up out of here. We haven't grown folk. We haven't grown folk. I'm talking about Wilder. I'm not even talking about a white athlete. I'm talking about Wilder and Anthony Joshua, and he putting stupid shit. Everybody put your L's up. Like, that shit was some easy work. But, yeah, man. Like, everybody's jumping the fucking gun. Oh, the fight's over. It's not gonna happen. It's a business. It's negotiating. You know what I mean? Maybe Wilder and his team realized that he ain't gonna get 50-50, and then they talked to Eddie Hearn, and they like the perks and the pay-per-view back in and this and that, so they make it for whatever. It's not that serious. But like I said, use that same fucking energy that y'all do when it's a fighter you like. Like, why didn't Pacquiao take $40 million no pay-per-view? He ain't never made $40 million in one fight. He didn't. He didn't make 40. But obviously, him and his team thought it was in their best interest to hold out, and ultimately that situation worked out for him because he made more than 40 million and got a better split when they actually did fight, and he made 180 million or whatever the fuck he made. Same thing with Danny Jacobs versus Gennady Golovkin. Same exact thing. Same motherfuckers who were saying Wilder's ducking, even though he's been on Joshua's line and been super aggressive calling him out. Now he's all of a sudden ducking. It's like they wait for these little windows. They wait for these little windows to critique and they jump out that window. You know what I mean? It's just, boxing is getting fickle. Like I said, I have videos, I can pull it up right now, where a lot of you motherfuckers was talking about Daniel Jacobs was ducking Golovkin. Even though after his fight with Sergio Mora, which no one was really checking for that fight, but it was a set the record straight fight based on Mora complaining and saying he lost because he got injured. Golovkin was called out by Danny Jacobs. Y'all said Jacobs was ducking Triple G. No, he wasn't ducking him, but he made over $1 million to fight Peter Quillin. Why the fuck is he gonna fight for 25% of the pot versus Golovkin in what's gonna be a big fight at Madison Square Garden? You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So a lot of you guys keep preaching and want to talk about this boxing is a business shit, but you don't even really understand business, because what you expect doesn't even make sense. You want Jacobs to fight for 25%, which I did the math back then. Let's say it's 700,000, and he got 1.5 million when he knocked out Peter Quillin. But he's gonna fight the Dragon, Gennady Golovkin, who's ranked #1 pound for pound on the current ESPN list and all this extra shit, undefeated, mega puncher, and you want Daniel Jacobs to do it for less money than he got for Quillin. You know what I mean? So if everything's a business like y'all talk about, then analyze it like a business. Wilder's just trying to he's trying to get the maximum dollar for the fight, period, which is what everybody's trying to do. You know what I mean? Same thing with Joshua. There's only so much money you can even fucking spend in a lifetime. I mean, being realistic, unless you're just being super extravagant. So if Joshua's getting $20 million to fight Takum, you know what I mean? Is it really gonna kill him to give Wilder a bit more? Because now we're teetering on the argument of legacy versus like money. You know what I'm saying? And see, this is the thing. So it's gonna kill you to give Wilder 5 or 10 more %, but you would get so much credit and accolades if you knock out Wilder, because no one's done it so far. So you know what I'm saying? Keep it consistent. If we talking business, we talking business, and that's with anything, man. And I get business offers all the time, but it has to be in my best interest. Like, some people are like, oh, I mean, I'm not even trying to power play no one. Hey, Bruce Lee, well, you about to end up like Bruce Lee and about to get killed out this chat because you saying stupid shit. Like, I see, and y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all as simple as possible. His Bruce Lee's comment is, do you not like fighters from the UK? When the fuck did I ever say I don't like fighters from the UK? You know what I'm saying? Don't insinuate stupid shit. And like I said, you're picking the wrong American to do that with, because I used to live in England. I have roots in England. I went to school in England. Check the track record. So it's like you picking the wrong person for all that dumb shit. You talking about, do you not like fighters from the UK? When have I ever said that? I can't wait to go back. UK's lit. You know what I'm saying? So keep saying that dumb shit and you will be removed from this chat. We not playing no games here. You know what I'm saying? You better keep the comments to realistic shit. You're talking about, I hate a whole demographic of fighters. What? When have I ever said that? And once again, for the people who perpetuate that dumb shit, do you notice I have never said anything bad about Anthony Joshua up until I said, and it's not even bad, until this Deontay Wilder situation. What have I ever said about Anthony Joshua that was negative prior to this whole Wilder controversy? You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I hated UK fighters, then I should have been ragging on Joshua since he came out or whatever. But that's not been the case. I've always given Joshua his props. You know what I mean? I like Joshua. So Ego, you made a video saying AJ and Hearn don't want it because they said no 50-50. No, I didn't. What are you talking about? All right, I'm on the computer right now. What's the name of the video? What's the name of the video that I made where I said that Hearn and Joshua don't want it off because they said no to 50-50? I never made that. See, a lot of you idiots get shit confused. I don't know who you're listening to, but I'm accountable for the shit I say. I never said that. I'm on my computer right now, so all you have to do is tell me the name of the video. Tell me the name of the video, and I'll play it. I never said that. Making up shit. Okay, you put a date out there, October 23rd. What's the name of the video? Wow. Once again, some of y'all, like I said, y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. Y'all click on titles and shit. You gonna try to throw some shit that I didn't even say into it. If they said no to 50-50 and I made a video where I quoted something they've said, that's cool. But I never said that they don't want the fight simply because of the 50-50. Once again, you're making up shit. And this is the part with negotiations where it's like, let them handle the negotiations. The public always jumps in. Like I said, perfect example, Danny Jacobs versus Triple G. The same tune. Yo, we gotta get rid of ZZZ. We gonna really put you to sleep. Anyway, ZZZ up out of here. He just wasting people, wasting breath, wasting people. Shout out to the UK. See, and you know what the foulest part about this whole situation is? The fans get all broke up and tore up and split and all this shit. People just want to see a good fight. That's what this is all about. Seeing Wilder Joshua. And like I said, unless you're part of that situation, Shelly Finkel, Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom or some shit like that, then why do you even care about this split shit? Who cares if Wilder's asking for 80% or whatever? I mean, he's not going to get 80%, but I'm just saying, why you should care more about the fight. Let's talk about the fight. Let's talk about who would win if they fought. Here, I'm going to give you guys an example. So I did a poll a while ago. I think I did it when I was live on the live stream. Who do you want to see Anthony Joshua fight next? Joseph Parker, Wilder, and look, an overwhelming majority, 82%, and I also did one on Instagram. 82% of the people that voted for Wilder. So once again, it is that, and like, I just hate that it's coming to like purse splits and all this bullshit. I just want to see the fight. Fuck all that extra shit. And as a boxer, sometimes you have to make a consolation. Joshua's making a lot of money. We all know that, right? And like, okay, here, I got a question for you guys. Here's a good question. Boxingego, man. We working. Here's a good question. And if you say some dumb shit, you'll probably be in the hot seat. What do you guys think is a realistic purse split for Joshua Wilder in 2018? Put the percentage split like 50-50 or 70-30. Put the number you think is a reasonable amount. Okay, 65-35, 40-50, 55-45, 50-50, 40-60-40, 60-40, 60-40, 55-45, 70-30 or 65-35, right? 55, 35, 65, 35, 70, 30, 30, 50, 50. You guys see all the answers. 35 or 40%, 60, 40, 70, 30. So if you look at all the people that just voted in this quick impromptu purse split, some people said 50-50, some said 60-40, some said 35, right? Some people said it should be 65-35, some people said 70-30. But most people, if you averaged all of those, most people were probably in the range of 60-40, 45. So realistically, if you really think about it, All right, piece of soul, you about to get bodied. But if you really, I'm gonna finish my thought and then you gone out of here. But if you really think about it, listen to what people are arguing. We're arguing over 5 to 15%. On average, you know what I'm saying? If you look at all those 60-40s and all that, we're arguing over 5 to 15% on average of, Wilder. Like, people are acting like Wilder's asking for something astronomical. But then when you guys just voted, you guys literally, a lot of y'all said 60-40, 65-45 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like 65-35, I mean. So we're really arguing over Wilder getting an extra 10 to 15%. Really? Really? And where's that dude? I gotta get him out of here. I think he might already got blocked. Yeah, I think he got blocked. I'm about to get him. So anyway, bottom line is this: like, if this is the age of boxing, this is pretty. Yo, we need to be at 100+ likes. We definitely need to be at triple digits. I've been on 30 minutes and we have over 200 people. If you're new to the stream, hit that like button. We should definitely be higher considering the body count, the amount of warm bodies we have in this stream right now. Hit the like button. Takes a few minutes, then you can proceed to argue and leave comments and all that. But listen what I'm about to say. The Wilder Joshua fight, people are really arguing if he deserves an extra 5 to 15%. Like, really? Really? That's what we're gonna argue about? Knowing these are, it's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're arguing about. And the crazy thing is, y'all ain't seeing a penny of that. Y'all, Eddie Hearn and all them, they're the ones that are gonna get the money. You ain't gonna see a penny from that. I just want to see the fight. You're like, no, he doesn't deserve 50%. Deserve 35 or 40%. I mean, really? Is it gonna kill Joshua? And see, people are acting like this is a if Joshua concedes probably more than needed or some shit, 5 to 10% to give him a little bit more or whatever to make the fight. It's not like it's a one-way street. If Joshua knocks out Wilder, because I believe if they fought, it would end in a knockout from either guy. It's probably going to be a knockout type of performance. You know what I mean? One guy has all knockouts. The other guy has knocked out everyone he's ever faced. You know what I mean? Bermane Stabern went the distance, but then he got annihilated in the rematch. So realistically, it'd be an action fight. It'd be a blockbuster fight. And it's not a one-way street. Joshua stands to gain something. If he takes Deontay Wilder's scalp, he will get credit. People will be like, oh, he knocked out a champion. Because I think, like I said, I don't see it going the distance if they were to fight. He got Wilder's belt. And then he's on and cracking. Period. You know what I'm saying? You got his belt. You took undefeated. I don't think he fought Dominique Brazil, who was undefeated, Dillian White, but none of them were champions and respected like Wilder, or considered the biggest threats as Wilder, in my opinion. So it's not like it's a one-way street. So like I said, the whole thing is this. The whole pretense is this. Yeah, you may concede 5 to 8, 15% or whatever, and give him more than you feel he's worth or whatnot. But it's not like it's a dead end, like you just giving up money. You still gain something if you beat him. If you beat Wilder, you gain something. You gain his belt and you gain the notoriety for beating him. So it's not, so Wilder has a point in the sense of he is bringing something to the table. It's not like, listen, it's not like he's just some like bum off the street and no one knows him and no one's gonna give him credit for fighting him. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is this. Last I heard, they're talking about Joseph Parker, and he's saying I'll take 35%. Right? So Joseph Parker, newish champion, the newest champion, very new champion, hasn't even had that great of performances against Andy Ruiz, that Raz Kojavan guy, and then Huey Fury. Those weren't great performances. You know what I mean? Even the fight he fought for a vacant title versus Wilder, who fought a champion and beat the champion to get the title, right? And he's gonna get 35. So you think Wilder deserves 35, and Joseph Parker also deserves 35. And the thing that's really ridiculous, about this whole thing is, if this is how y'all want to play, then keep it consistent. Canelo is since Mayweather retired, Canelo is the biggest star in boxing. You know what I mean? Between him and Joshua, he's the biggest star. And I would say Canelo's bigger in terms of his live gates with Mayweather, his live gates with Golovkin are superior to any live gate that Joshua's done, except for maybe the Klitschko fight. So my whole thing is, if this is the age of boxing we're in, then anybody could power play the next person when they have that type of celebrity or star power. So basically, Canelo, why does he even fight Golovkin? Because Golovkin, who cares if it's a good fight or if Golovkin can beat Canelo? In terms of stardom, he's nowhere near. Golovkin is nowhere near as accomplished in terms of pure stats, numbers, live gates, and things of that sort as Canelo. You look at every Triple G pay-per-view that he had without Canelo, and it tanked. The David Lemieux, the Jacob fight, shitty numbers. Canelo has done more versus the Angulos, Edeslandi Lara, plus he had a mega fight that set records at the time with Floyd Mayweather, and now he has the one with Triple G. His one with Cotto did almost $1 million. So realistically, using your logic, if we're just power playing people based on our celebrity, then the A side should never really have to fight anybody, because they're always going to be superior in terms of their drawing power and stuff like that. Period. So like, it's the same thing. Like Wilder, Joshua. All right, we got a hot seat. This is how I'm gonna eradicate y'all. Hot seat is what's his name? Angel Daniel Osario. Yeah, you gonna be sorry, yo. We gonna see. You are Osario. You in here now. He says, Ego, you say you like both, but you lean way too much on Wilder. Okay, Osario, you gonna be sorry in a minute. So how do I lean too much on Wilder? Explain. The ball's in your court. So how do I lean too much on Wilder? Because I speak my opinion and my mind on each individual case-by-case situation. That means I favor one guy? Come on, man. Come on, Osario. We about to make sure you Sario, because you in this hot seat. So give me an example of how I lean too much towards one guy. What have I said? What have I said about Wilder that is so outlandish? Come on, Sario. You living up to your name. Your rebuttal game is sounding real sorry. And like I say, see, it's easy for y'all to put the shit, but then when you get on the spot, it's all is quiet as church mouses. Where's Osario, man? See, they just come and they try to do these drive-by comments like, bop, 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 bop. Ego, you're biased. And then I'm like, wait. And I stop the car, and then it's something different. Now, all of a sudden, it's taking forever for Osario. So please explain how I'm leaning too much towards Wilder or whatever. Only thing I've said about Wilder is my opinion. I think he would beat Joshua, but it's a good fight, so I still got to see it. It's deep in there somewhere. So that's one wasted response. That sounds very suspect, and that doesn't explain anything. He says it's deep in there somewhere. Pause. So you wasted one response. Anything else, Osario? You get so defensive. Two wasted response. You're supposed to be explaining. It's not about being defensive. You have to explain the bullshit you shoveling. So two wasted responses. You're on your last response. You get so defensive. I've responded like 3 times. No, you haven't. You haven't answered the question. What have I said that's leaning so much towards Wilder and not giving Joshua a fair shake? You got 1 more response. I only seen 2, and they both didn't answer the question. You just said, "Oh, you're getting so defensive." You about to be defensive when you get when you get punted out of here. Come on, Sario. It's me, Sario. Fake ass Mario Brothers. You the Sario Brothers. Where's Sario? It's me, Sario. Come on, Sadio. Get this casket, Sadio. I don't even know why y'all try to do this to yourself. I think it's because I haven't been live as much. Y'all think I got soft or I forgot how to do this shit. It's like riding a bike. You don't forget this shit. So, once again, it's so much harder to prove the shit you saying as opposed to just saying it. He said, "Oh, but you are biased. You always lean towards Wilder." But then he's scrambling and has not told the audience one thing that I said that was like primarily geared towards protecting Wilder or making Wilder look great and bashing Joshua and all this extra shit. Yo, put him on a timer, 15 seconds, because now he's wasting people's time. It's me, Sadio. Okay. You only talk about Wilder's point of view. Still no examples. Let's vote. If he did not do a good job of explaining his side, put your L's up. Put your L's up, people. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about. Yo, moderator, get Sadio. He was too sorry for this challenge. Get him out of here. Osario. Hot seat. We back up in this. Listen, if y'all begging like crackheads for the hot seat, you getting blocked. That's creepy to me. So by Eunice, he's like, put me in the hot seat. Come on, man. Oh, fuck yeah, put me. Like, that's desperate. I don't like desperate dudes. Oh, put me in the hot seat. Melting your ass, Eminem. Like, what the fuck? Yo, is Osario out of here? Angel, get Osario out of here. One of the mods. Get him out of here. Osario, get him out of here. He was too sorry. It's done? Cool. Thank you. You picking on trolls, you know you can roast. Shit, that's their fault. If they saying radical shit, then they gonna get burnt. You don't like it, go to another stream. It's that simple. Yeah, man, this whole Wilder Joshua, I just want to see the fight. I don't give a fuck what they get, you know what I mean? To be honest. But it's like, listen to what people say. So Joseph Parker deserves 35% and Wilder deserves 35%? I'm going to expose you, ego. No, you're going to get blocked. That's what you're going to get. Block L, get your ass up out of here. He said, I'm going to expose you. You ain't doing shit. You some easy ass work. Because if you were going to expose me, you wouldn't even have to warn me. You would just expose me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to get you. You would just do it. You would just bow. Here's your contradiction. Like, you look at like Donald Trump. When he contradicts himself and like MSNBC and shit, they start playing his contradictions where he said thing A or he tweeted this and then he contradicted it a couple of days later. Jose Perez, you about to get blocked too. We having a block party. You talking about get back to boxing? The fuck what do you think we're talking about right now? Come on, get back to boxing. If you don't like the content, leave. Leave. I'm talking about get back to boxing like I'm talking about stem cell research. Can Wilder take a punch? Man, that's why we want to see the fight. No, I'm not going to New York for this one. For for the Rigondeaux. Shit, they barely even promoted this shit. That's been pretty disappointing to me. No type of promotion for this fight. Damn near forget this shit's coming on. Like, and it's like it sounds suspect because how you have a press conference for Lomachenko versus Miguel Mariaga? How you have a press conference for that, but no press conference for a Rigondeaux fight? That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Oscar Valdez fought whatever that random dude from the Philippines, whatever Filipino dude, and they did a camp life on that. But you don't do a camp life for Rigondeaux, and then y'all get mad at me because Vasyl Lomachenko's side has been real quiet and they haven't really even posted nothing. Come on, man, you put all these Rigondeaux videos out. Why haven't you put anything about Lomachenko? What has Lomachenko been talking about? I see him post an occasional picture where he's like, the Matrix, and that's it. Or he's running. Like, what do you want me to... That's not, like, worthy of a video. What do you want me to say? It has to be something newsworthy or, like, statement-worthy to even make a video about. But I definitely think they could have done more promotion. It kind of feels like they want to keep it mum in case Rigondeaux wins, so they didn't blow up the spot and make this fight epic. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's going to be talking about it. I don't know why they're not pushing it, but like I said, the only thing I could think of is maybe if Rigondeaux wins, they know there's a chance Rigondeaux could win, and if they blew this fight up and made this look like an epic thing and had maximum amount of eyes watching it and stuff like that, then that would look bad for their cash cow. You know what I'm saying? Because they basically, it's just like, have you ever, like, there's been fighters where, let's say I told people like, man, Broner's the real deal. And I built up the Maidana fight, and I told everybody to watch Broner, and he's so skilled. And then you watch the Maidana fight, and then Broner gets his ass whooped. You'd be like, oh shit, You know what I'm saying? Because you cued people onto that. You turn people onto the fight and told them to watch it, and then you see your guy get slaughtered. So that's the only thing I could think of. Still a good fight. Still a legacy fight. It's just funny to me. Boxing game is so fickle, man. Like, it's funny to me that Rigondeaux, he got to take all the risks, no catch weight or anything. He has to come up 2 divisions. And like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not making excuses, but I would be more impressed if Rigondeaux beats Lomachenko than the other way around, just simply based on weight. You know what I mean? Because, like, Floyd Mayweather, for example. Floyd beat Victor Ortiz, Oscar, Miguel Cotto, Canelo, guys who were like physically strong and physically bigger than him, and I know rehydrated more than him. You know what I mean? Guys that hit harder, Pacquiao or whoever, right? That's impressive because he was able to even by the time he fought Robert Guerrero looked bigger than Floyd. He had filled out at welterweight and stuff, and that's you know what I mean. So that's why it's like impressive. Like, damn, you beat big ass Victor Ortiz at that time, or Maidana and all these guys. It's just like certain fighters always have to take, like Triple G don't have to move up. You notice that? He like, just listen to me. Just hear what I'm saying. Triple G, listen. ESPN has Triple G pound for pound #1. Pound for pound. I look like the little boy from The Shining. Danny isn't with you, Mrs. Torrance. Red rum. But anyway, they have him pound for pound #1, right? Red rum. They have that boy was kind of creepy. He had that bowl cut. They have ESPN has Triple G pound for pound #1. He stayed at a division where his power is clearly there. Never had to move up. Didn't move up for Ward. Other fights with Carl Froch and Chavez Jr. fell apart. So he's really stayed put. But he's pound for pound #1. Notice how Kell Brook has to come up to his weight to 2 divisions to fight him. And then, you know what I mean, it comes up short. Rigondeaux has to jump up 2 divisions. But it's like, it's funny that the people like Lomachenko, Triple G, that get the high praise from ESPN and HBO, they don't have to, at least Lomachenko moved up 1 division, but in general, they don't have to take these major gambles that other people have to take. You know what I mean? Like jump up 2 weight classes. But they're praised as the number one person in the sport. And they don't have to do it. But other people have to do it to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like Kell Brook. Man, I feel like Kell Brook, if he was normal, if he was acclimated, he might have been able to beat Triple G. I really believe that. Triple G never even knocked him down. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. He got his eye bashed in. But if he had time to acclimate, stuff like that, it could have been different. Because I even talked about this. See, y'all gonna get mad, man. But it don't matter. We still working, though. And people say, oh, look at this. People acting like Canelo got dogged out. Look at how much Triple G was missing. Look at Canelo. Oh my God. Canelo was looking sweet there. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my. Look at Canelo was looking sweet though. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, Nello. He's like, come on. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Canelo's D look kind of sweet. Oh my. Look at that uppie. Watch. Watch another uppie. Oh my gosh. Oh, eat that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Canelo is kind of getting off in there. But people are making it light. Look at Canelo. He with his horse. People are acting like Canelo was just getting dogged. You know what else I just thought about too? If Canelo did an Andre Ward, what I mean by Andre Ward is this. Ward's smart. He's not gonna let someone put him in I know Ward. Shout out to my dude SOG. But he's not gonna let someone pin him into a corner and do something that he's gonna take the bull by his horns and manage his career. See, he knew HBO. Virgil Hunter even said this, I think. HBO was kind of trying to set Ward up because they were acting like they wanted Kovalev to win. Kovalev was the menacing crusher puncher that would have gave, if you got Ward's scalp, that would have gave you all the accolades in the world or whatever, right? You would have all the accolades in the world if you beat him, and that would have set up Kovalev nicely to be what HBO wants. Action, power punching, Eastern European that they could market and all this shit. But Ward being smart, he says, I'll fight Kovalev. Give me 2 tune-ups, and then it's on. And he stuck to his guns, and he did that. And then Kovalev's team agreed. Okay, we both have 2 fights of our choice to prepare, and everybody knows. Y'all want another hot seat? Ruben Nunez, you about to get your ass broke up. Oh, man, my mods are on it. I was about to get him in the hot seat, but my mod got to him. He talking. You don't have to unban him because he was gonna get banned anyway. Nunez, you in the hot seat. So you said I'm biased, and Kovalev got robbed both fights with Andre Ward. So how did Kovalev get robbed in both fights? Oh, this is gonna be a breeze. I'm finna body. Oh, hey, mods, y'all can't keep banning and unbanning. Like when you see the conversation being had, because I want to make some of these guys examples. So if you ban them, stick to your guns and let them be banned and just leave it at that. But don't ban them and unban them because I'm like trying to have a conversation with him. And I can't tell. I don't even know if he's here. First fight, Kovalev won by points. No, he didn't. Okay? I don't think he did. So that's it. He got robbed because he lost by 1 point on 3 judges' scorecards. Really? And then how did he get robbed in the second fight when he got stopped and his stamina looked like trash? And it looks like the alcohol rumors might have been true because his stamina was asshole. See, Ruben, you don't know shit about boxing. Let's just vote. He's just wasting people's time. He said second fight Kovalev lost due to low blows. Okay, that's it. Just a bunch of recycled bullshit. I thought you were gonna come. Everybody, put your L's up. If you don't deserve to be in this chat, put your L's up. It's just, I don't even have time to massacre him. All right, CSM. Now you can block him. The people have spoken. Get him out of here. Because, and another thing, I was at both fights. I was at both of them fucking fights. And Kovalev did that bending down, falling down, clutching his stomach shit before the stoppage low blow bullshit. So why was he doing that earlier in the fight? That body work was getting to him. Kovalev's a bully. Kovalev didn't like the fact that Ward was more mobile and his knee wasn't bothering him in this fight, had a better game plan. He wasn't able to hurt Ward early like he did in the first fight. As a result, he grew frustrated, he grew weary, he grew tired, because that's the thing with the bully. A bully wants to be in charge. A bully wants to have things go his way. Bow, I crack you, and you're visibly scrambled, and it's a matter of time. That's what they like. That's what they prey off of. But if you stand up to a bully, show no fear, then that's typically what happens with the bully. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? All that dumb shit. See, listen, man. 2017, for the remainder of it, 2018, let's hold boxing fans to a standard. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to recycle the same bullshit. Oh, it was low blows and shit like that. Either way, even if you felt it was low blows, guess what? It's still Kovalev's fault. Reason being, because there's a certain protocol that you do to protest to a referee. If you're you're not getting the call. First of all, if you're not getting the calls that you want from the referee, you got to figure it out. I thought Robert Guerrero was doing some things that were borderline dirty versus Andre Berto, but the ref wasn't calling it. So at that point, Berto got to figure it out. Same thing with Berto versus Sean Porter. Sean Porter had his head and that shit was getting to Berto, right? You got to figure it out. There's a certain way to protest to a ref. Even if you have to run to the corner and get some space and be like, oh, he hit me. You know what I mean? You could do those different things. But if you getting wailed on and then you clutching your stomach and putting your butt on the ropes, you getting stopped because it looks like you're defenseless. Kovalev's a quitter. Yeah, man. And people all gassed out the Shabransky shit. Well, Vodstick, I heard Top Rank is trying to push his mandatory spot. So do that to Better Biev, who's now a champion, Vodstick, Adonis Stevenson. You know what I mean? Do what you did to Shabransky. Because to me, like, a lot of y'all live in fantasies. I reject your deposit. A lot of y'all get gassed off of the wrong shit and you don't know shit about boxing. Lucas Matisse, he beat the shit out of Emmanuel Taylor. Who cares? Broner Ben beat Emmanuel Taylor. Emmanuel Taylor lost to Chris Algieri. So people want to anoint, oh, the machine is back. Lucas Matisse is back. You ain't back until you face the echelon or the style that gave you problems. Fight Danny Garcia in a rematch. You know what I mean? Fight Victor Postal. If you back, then you should be able to avenge one of those losses. But once again, when Floyd has a tough semi-disputed fight with Castillo or Maidana, he got to immediately avenge that and immediately show that he won in the fair victor. And people still reference the first fight. Same thing with Ward. Ward has a close fight with Kovalev, and then Kovalev gets his ass beat in the second one. Then they just revert back. Oh, but at least the first one, Kovalev, he damn sure won that. Then why didn't he win the second one? You should be able to duplicate what you've already done and not get beat up worse. You know what I mean? But to me, Kovalev, that was a good win for him against Shabransky. Shabransky had no defense. He had no head movement, and he's trying to bang with a better boxer with power. That's stupid. So that was a good win. I watched Vodstick when he fought. I was at his last fight. He fought what's the name? Craig Baker, right? And he was looking good in there because he was doing some shit I didn't know he was capable of doing. He was doing like kind of Ukrainian school of boxing where he was moving but getting his power shots off and looking a lot more wet and slippery. So do that. So I want to see Kovalev do that because Vodstick's not just going to stand in front of you wailing away. You know what I mean? Same thing with Adonis Stevenson. He has athleticism. Yeah, Shabransky fought like a maniac. How you going? You've already been stopped before. And you going head on with Kovalev, not getting the best shots off. And Kovalev actually did get hit with some shots, but too far and few in between with no head movement. That's just stupid. No, I still didn't check that heavyweight prospect. I've been busy. I've been a little busy with this dynasty shit. Head movement. It's just like Ronda Rousey. Of course you're going to get tore out the frame by Amanda Nunes, a striker with power who's better stand-up, and you got no fucking head movement. That's why Edmund was like, head movement, head movement, head movement. Like, this is just a stupid game plan. Yeah, so I gotta to say Kovalev is back, I gotta see that. Do that to Bivol, Badu Jack, Vodstick, Artur Beterbiev, now champion. Adonis Stevenson, a champion. You know what I mean? Same thing with Lucas Matisse. Oh, Luca, he beat Emmanuel Taylor. That Emmanuel Taylor's not even a welterweight like that. So him stopping him and looking good, that don't prove nothing. Do that to Keith Thurman. Make Matisse versus Keith Thurman. He wants a comeback fight. That's a new welterweight. But instead, they have Matisse versus some guy I never even really heard of. Kovalev kept turning his back on Ward and balling up, so the ref had a look at a defeated fighter. Very good observation. Yeah, like I said, I was there, and I seen him. He was all, that body language wasn't looking good, and he was noticeably wilting. And all the people using that low blow bullshit is bullshit, because if anybody, I watch a lot of forensic files, and when people are getting attacked and they're in their right mind, like not inebriated or something, there's defensive wounds because they're trying to block and stop the knife attack or whatever. That's the same thing. Kovalev was getting dealt with, so he was hurled up and curled up and like retreating and spilling over and all that. So it's gonna be harder to hit with clean body shots when your man is doubled over and folded over. Simple, very simple. It was a low blow. Tell Kovalev he should have stood straight up, and then I guarantee you, Ward, who's an accurate puncher, would have had a clean, accurate shots, and it wouldn't have been on the belt line because his man wasn't folded up in a fetal position like someone just said. Shout out to Robert. It's very simple. Tell Kovalev, when you could see body language on a fighter, like what's that Ray Vargas dude before Cotto? He was attacking his man's body. He was attacking his man's body, and he's digging his elbow into his side. He's trying to protect that and protect them fucking ribs. So it is what it is. Plus, it looked like Kovalev's trunks were high. Second, why is the bully, the known power puncher and crusher, why is he even hurt with the headshot? That already goes against. He said Ward hit like a 15-year-old girl. Why'd you get rocked by a right cross upstairs before the low blow shit? He was gassed. He was done for. Put a fork in him. Next question. Badu Jack's a worker. He might be able to beat Kovalev. I don't know, because he's been stopped before, but yeah, he doesn't lack heart. And if Kovalev checks out like he did again with Ward, Badu Jack's big too. Shout out to my dude Jack. Yeah, man. I mean, bottom line is this. I seen a marked difference in the first fight. This is my honest opinion. I was at both fights. I had a great viewing angle. I was close to the ring and all that. The first fight, Kovalev did a great job countering, knocked Ward on all fours, and it set an early tone for the fight. Ward now was faced with something like the Boone situation, but he was in there with a better fighter in Kovalev. That the second round proves he's dangerous. So Ward had to kind of regroup, get his wits about him. Even though he got up and smiled, I think he was hurt. So that set an early tone, and then he started ragging Kovalev's body. Kovalev slowed down, but he was still trying and stuff like that. Made for a good, compelling fight. Second fight, Ward was able to get road work in his training camp. His knee clearly wasn't bothering him. Better game plan, and he didn't have the initial scare of a knockdown. AKA, I'm telling you, as a bully, those things give you confidence. Knowing that you hurt your person and you're a power puncher, of course you're going to have confidence. Oh shit, I dropped him. I dropped the Olympic gold medalist. That's going to give you confidence. So when that didn't show up in the second fight and Ward had a way better game plan, then it was just downhill from there. The so-called bully can't take what they dish out. Exactly. That's exactly it. Knocking down Jack and Barrera only makes them fight harder. True, because by the end of the Jack got knocked down before James DeGale, but by the fight's end, DeGale had no fucking front teeth, and he got knocked down and almost stopped in the 12th round. So if you don't hurt them to the point where they're incapable, same thing, Lamont Peterson, you put him in the same boat. He might get knocked down, but if you don't do what Matisse did to Peterson, then he's gonna get back up and he's gonna show you that DC heart. Period. He did it versus Victor Ortiz, and he did it versus Amir Khan. Three-headed dragon, you don't know shit about boxing. Straight up. I could tell who knows boxing because you say stuff that nobody believes, and it's just so like matter of fact. He says his comment is Kovalev beats everybody. Do you know how deep the light heavyweight division is? Listen, man, Kovalev might not even beat Joe Smith Jr., to be honest. He might beat him, but Joe Smith Jr. got cracks. Sullivan Barrera, Bivol looked, Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, Badu Jack, Vodstik. If you that confident that Kovalev beat all of them, tell him to fight Bivol next. Fight Beterbiev next. Beterbiev beat him twice in the amateurs. Now let's see it with no headgear. You talking about Kovalev beats everybody. And Adonis Stevenson, I forgot about him. Adonis Stevenson. See, like, let's say Adonis Stevenson knocks out Badu Jack. That's a huge... that would be big because Adonis Stevenson that means he could fight middle of the road type guys and then fight more of an elite guy with momentum who just was champion, and the only reason he's not is because he vacated his belt, and then knock him out. That would be a big statement. And if Badu Jack can beat Adonis Stevenson, then that's a huge statement too, because Stevenson has a lot of momentum, a lot of power, etc. Adonis don't want to fight nobody. He's a joke, to be honest. I mean, he hasn't really fought no one great since Chad Dawson. Like, he's fought, like I said, decent middle road people. But if he fights Badu Jack, then people are going to have to shut up. That's a good fight. Period. You know what I mean? See, that's the problem. Boxing fans like you, and based on what you say, that's the problem with boxing is when a fighter does something, they want to hold this black cloud over that fighter's head forever. You know what I'm saying? It's like they can never outgrow that. Like Canelo vacated his belt with Triple G. Was it a bad look? Absolutely. Made Canelo look like he didn't want to fight Triple G. Made Triple G look good. But now you have to get off Canelo's back because he just fought the man. And he fought him to a draw in his first real fight at 160. You know what I mean? But people want to keep these stigmas and stubbornly cling to it. Like when Ward was going through legal trouble, he started fighting Sullivan Barrera, Alexander Brand. People were still calling him inactive Ward. How's he inactive when he's fighting now? So if Adonis Stevenson, if he fights Badu Jack next, then that's a good fight. There's nothing you can say about that. You can't be like, oh, you know what I mean? All that, oh, he's a bitch and all that. It's out the window because Badu Jack is a solid fight. So it's like people want to keep whatever they felt about you in, like Danny Garcia. People still talk about Rod Salka. You know how long ago that fight was when Danny Garcia was with Al Heyman. Golden Boy. When Golden Boy was still put, that was so long ago, and that's all people talk about is this Raw Salka shit. Like as if Danny Garcia didn't fight Keith Thurman since and didn't fight against Lamont Peters. You know what I'm saying? Brandon, you don't know shit about boxing. Brandon Davis. Danny Garcia is trash. How is he trash? I mean, no one said he's the number one welterweight, but to say the man's trash, you just sound like a groupie fan, not a real boxing fan. And that's the problem. Everyone's trash and everyone's a bum and all types of stuff. Danny Garcia, truth be told, with Cotto retiring, Mayweather retiring, Pacquiao kind of retired, Danny Garcia has probably one of the best welterweight resumes right now. Not at welterweight because he just moved up recently, but in general, Danny Garcia has a better resume than you think Keith Thurman has a better resume than Danny Garcia? Well, me all the way trash, that's because you don't know shit about boxing. And you're not realistic or fair. Danny Garcia has one of the best welterweight resumes under 30. Period. Garcia versus Broner. Man, Broner needs to take a tune-up first. Because he has to show me something after that Mikey Garcia. Because I went all the way to New York thinking that was going to be an epic fight. And now, like, Broner, he looked super flat in that performance. Man, stop it, Danny Solid. That's what I'm saying. Boxing fans aren't even fans anymore. They just shit talkers. You lace them up and get in there with people in your weight class and let us watch and critique you. Since everyone's a bum and all this extra shit. It doesn't matter if Danny Garcia has a slow work rate because Amir Khan has a fast work rate and he still got knocked out by Danny Garcia. So what are you really talking? Oh, Danny has a slow work rate. Okay, Amir Khan's the opposite of that. He's a speedster and he still got knocked out by him. So what does that even mean? See, that's what I'm saying. People don't analyze what they say. Yeah, Danny, he's good, but it's a slow work rate. Okay, Amir Khan don't have a slow work rate, and he knocked out Amir Khan after he was losing the first 2 rounds. So, once again, what the fuck are y'all telling me? Who cares about work rate? You getting the job done. I want to see Tyson Fury versus Shannon Briggs. I think that'd be a fun build-up. Dangerous puncher, at least early, in Shannon Briggs. And see how well Tyson Fury can box coming off of a massive weight gain and long layoff. And Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, great fight. Yep. Oh yeah, Luis Ortiz. So he has a fight coming up this Friday. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about Luis Ortiz? He's already back. I think they might try to reschedule Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. And actually that works out better. Like, I'm not talking about the politics because it's kind of weird that they would cancel a November fight only to have Luis Ortiz fighting in December. It's really weird to me with the WBC. But aside from that, it actually works better because right now, Luis Ortiz, if he doesn't get another fight in, then he's going to be on an extremely long layoff. So it'll be good to see how he looks coming up this Friday. And if he fights Deontay Wilder, let's say in March, people can't say, oh, he was on this 1.5 year layoff if Wilder were to beat him. So it'd be cool that for the simple fact is if he wins on Friday, then that's some activity for him before fighting Wilder. Because it could be the same thing. Bermain Stavern, people were like, oh, Bermain didn't fight in 2 years. Things like that. So they won't be able to say that with Luis Ortiz if he fights and hopefully looks good coming up this Friday, I think on Fox. Yeah, Luis Ortiz definitely dangerous. And you never know how these situations play on a psyche. You know, I like it. I like the psychology of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Luis Ortiz might have like a chip on his shoulder. Could be in a good way, could be in a bad way with what happened. And he might feel like, oh, Wilder tried to get out of the fight. So Saddam Ali was next. They're talking about Liam Smith is his mandatory. I can see that happening. But I posted this yesterday. This is what I want to see. I think Kell Brook, I posted this a day ago. 1,400 plus likes. I think Kell Brook should get a tune-up fight in the next couple months. And then if he wins, because he's moving to 54 per Eddie Hearn. I'd like to see that. Yeah, I heard Rozier said he might go to 54, but he might go back down to 47. I don't think he's a true 54 pounder. That's why I'm picking like a Kell Brook, because Jamel Charlo and them dudes might be too big for him, at least straight away. So, but if you got that hardware, it don't matter. They're gonna be coming for you. They're talking about Mikey Garcia not versus Robert Easter Jr., but versus Omar Figueroa, which to me is not a bad fight. I would prefer the Easter Jr. fight. I think it's more meaningful, of course, because it's a title fight. But the Omar Figueroa is not bad. Am I watching Jeff Horn defend his title? Probably not. You know what I mean? Unless I'm just at home or something. Who the fuck is Gary Corcoran? Gary Cockroach. I don't even know who that is. I've never watched one Gary Corcoran fight. And realistically, I mean, I'm not trying to roast Jeff Horn, but he's the weakest link at 147. Terrence Crawford don't even have a title at 47, and I still rate him higher than the champion in Jeff Horn. I don't even think Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao, to be honest. I thought it was a close fight. I don't think Pacquiao looked great, but I still think I thought Pacquiao did enough to win a narrow decision. So if Horn, Gary Corcoran, that might be the last supper for Jeff Horn. Because if he fight Terrence Crawford in February, woo. Floyd said, fuck Jeff Horn on Instagram Live. Wow, that's funny. I thought the Jeff Horn Floyd call-out was corny. He's like, hey, Mayweather. He was like, which one do you want? The walking stick or the glove? He got that real high-pitched voice. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? The walking stick. Hey, crikey, Mayweather. I just want to know, which one do you want? The walking stick or the gloves? Like, you better put some bass in your voice. You want to call out Floyd, he ain't gonna fight you with that voice. Remember Bad Boys? He's like, nah. He said, you can't say it like that. Too much bass in your voice. He was like, we were wondering if we could borrow some brown sugar. That sugar. He's like, hello, neighbors? We're wondering if we could borrow some brown sugar. Yeah, you gotta put some, that's too much bass in your voice. He needs some bass in his voice. Oh my gosh. Martin is hella funny. He's like, hello, we were wondering if we can borrow some brown sugar. That shit was hella funny to me. Yeah, I don't know what Jeff Horn. Where Jeff Horn been? Ever since he, like, it seems like you beat Pacquiao, your shit's on and popping. I ain't even seen Jeff Horn on the gram. Is he back teaching or something? He in summer school? I ain't seen nothing from Jeff Horn. Motherfucker working on his GPA. What did Busta Rhymes say when he was dissing Ja Rule? He's like, "Hey, yo, Jeffrey, what the fuck you come and bother me for?" Hey, yo, Jeffrey. I don't think Broner's done, but he has to get some things right. Like, I seen him earlier, like on the gram, looks kind of big, not like obese big, but he has to figure out what weight he's fighting at. Can you make 140 comfortably? Are you trying to fight at 147? Because there's killers at 47, so he has to figure that type of shit out. Maybe he needs a new trainer. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Broner is. I don't know if he's more. If he likes fighting or the life of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, does he care more about the things that come with fighting, like the jewelry, knowing Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill and type shit like that? You know what I mean? Or does he care more about, like, Errol Spence Jr.? He strikes me as hungry. Like, every time he's doing an interview, he's like, yeah, I manage my money, man down. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, he don't seem like he's more caught up with the life. He's still trying to prove himself. You know what I mean? Errol Spence, every time he does an interview, is like real AB shit about business. I don't hear Errol Spence, like, I'm sure he drinks and kicks it and shit like that, but when he's on, like, interviewing with Sway and shit, it's all business. It's like he don't care about the celebrity shit. He's calling out names and shit. So I like that about Spence and Crawford. You know what I mean? That's a collision course waiting to happen because they both have the same temperament. You know what I mean? I've been around both of them, and they're both competitive, both confident, and they both have that same temperament. You know what I'm saying? Like, humble champ, but they'll also fuck you up too, and they know what they're capable of. So, I mean, that's a crazy future fight. We just got to get boxing back, man. Like, Keith Thurman, he's not seeming like he's trying to. It's disappointing, to be honest, because Keith Thurman, man, like, it's. Have you guys ever known someone, like, you went to high school or something with them, you used to work with them, and then you see them years later and they act like they don't know you? Has that ever happened to you guys? Like, someone you were cool with and you went to high school, then you fell out of touch, ain't seen them, and then you see them in, like, a Walmart years later, and then they you guys don't even speak to each other or anything? That's kind of what Keith Thurman, like, if you followed his career, the way he was acting back then versus now, he seems a lot more content. He pulled up on Paulie. Better not duck me, son. You know what I'm saying? All that, and, like, captivating interviews where he's like, yeah, this year, Floyd, we burning money. You know what I mean? Like, even doing that crazy eye when you do the stare down, you doing them crazy eyes and shit like that. Like, that's the Keith Thurman I know. But ever since, like, the Errol Spence situation comes into play, he just seems like you don't have that same energy. Like, when you ran up on Paulie, run up on Errol like that, run up on you was at the same press conference. You know what I mean? Like, and see, this is the thing, is I know Keith Thurman got it in him to trash talk. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spank you, boy. Like, calling people boy and shit like that. But when it comes to Errol, he don't really have that same demeanor at all. It's like he's a family man now or something. Crazy. And that, you never forget where you come from. Half of why people probably rock with Keith Thurman was that that hunger. Yeah, shout out to Peterson. He's a dog. Peterson's a real life dog. He really doesn't have, like, that's sad if you think about it. It's kind of sad. The reason I say it's sad, Peterson has one fucking fight at welterweight, at the full welterweight. I think he fought Felix Diaz and Danny at catchweights, but I'm talking about at the full 147. He really has one fight there, and that was against David Avanesian. I covered that, and that was in February on the Broner Granados card, right? And the motherfucker with one welterweight fight is taking on Errol Spence. It should be a good fight, but I'm just saying, like, the other guys have been at welterweight their whole career and higher. Keith Thurman fought at 150 something and got a stoppage. You know what I mean? And he's been at welterweight other than that. And this is the guy that's fighting him. Yeah, Peterson's good. See, Peterson's tricky too because you don't know. Like, when I watch Peterson fight, he's kind of like a wild card. Like, I don't know what his game plan is gonna be. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like when he was fighting Deontay was like an undefeated puncher, and he was fighting mad risky, considering he's a puncher. And I think he was on a layoff when he fought him, but he fighting risky. He had a dog fight with Amir Khan, but when he fought Danny Garcia, it was like a 2-part story. At first, he was just jabbing, using a lot of movement, keeping Danny Garcia missing, and then he opened up in the second half. So you don't really know. You don't really know how Peterson's gonna approach the Spence fight, which makes it exciting. Peterson lost to Diaz. I think I gotta watch it again, but I think because that was the same fight card I think as Pritchard Cologne when he got hurt so bad, you know what I mean, got into a coma. So I never really went back and watched it, but I thought Peterson edged it, but he didn't look stupendous, and Felix Diaz definitely was game. Yeah, the Peterson Spence is a good fight, and like I said, don't blame Errol Spence for fighting Peterson. And I'm so glad, man. I told y'all in January, tell the truth. Tell the truth. New media is coming. Like, I'm seeing less and less dumb shit, which is good. You know what I mean? Because I thought people were going to start ragging on the fight and making it sound like it was horrible and Errol Spence is a cherry picker for a fight. But the feedback has been actually good. Like, people aren't really mad at the fight. And I'm not mad at the fight either. Like I said, no matter what you think about Peterson, you can't blame Errol Spence for that, because he's down to fight top level now. He wants to fight Keith Thurman, but Thurman's the one that just got married. Thurman's the one that just had the shoulder surgery. You know what I'm saying? So you can't blame him for that. He wanted to fight at least 2-3 times this year, but no one who's really trying to fight him. Spence not ready for the A talent till he gets some more experience. I mean, that's your opinion, but like, see, people that say stuff like that, it's like based on what? He's an Olympian. He has an amateur pedigree. He sparred some of the best people around: Lamont Peterson, Broner, Floyd Mayweather, Jorge Linares. Right? I talked to his coach, and he said he sparred Jorge Linares back in the day. So it's like, what do you mean he's not ready? He's a champion. How is he not ready? He too predictable. That's bullshit. See, some of y'all don't. That's why I talk. That's why I save my. I can't talk to everybody when it comes to boxing. Y'all say stupid shit, and it's like can't even be substantiated. How is Spence too predictable, but he's undefeated, and Bundu couldn't predict him. Kell Brook couldn't. Kell Brook's tricky, but why didn't Kell Brook predict him? You know what I'm saying? So what do you mean he's too predictable? It's like y'all just say shit. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. and realistically, it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. To me, Golovkin is predictable. No defense. He's a come forward fighter, strong chin, strong jab, and he's gonna try to cut off the ring with you and pressure you and unleash shots. That's predictable. And see, the disadvantage that Golovkin has is he's older than Spence. He's 35, and he's not athletic. He's slow to me. He doesn't have speed. However, it's effective. What Triple G's been doing, people haven't been able to figure it out to the point where they can convincingly just beat his ass and knock him down and shit. So it is what it is. So, I mean, the whole he's predictable, it's easy to say from the outside looking in. Golovkin is predictable, but obviously he's not that predictable because people can't beat him cleanly. Like I said, a lot of that's why I don't talk boxing with a lot of people, because they don't know what they're talking about. It's like they have to create this stigma in their head, and no matter what happens after that, they stubbornly cling to that. Like everyone, to this day, people keep saying Danny Jacobs ain't got no chin, and Rigondeaux ain't got no chin. But why is not everyone should be knocking him out then? And that's not the case. It's simply not the case. Luis Cuba Arias was talking big shit. Never even wobbled Danny Jacobs. Lost every round and then kind of made an excuse about his foot. So that whole, Peter Quillen got stopped in the first round. He never was able to rock Danny Jacobs. So it's like, based on the Dimitri Perot fight from the mid to early 2000s, that's what we're basing him having a weak chin on. Or if you want to call the Sergio Mora dropping him, that was a flash knockdown. He got reckless because he got his man hurt and got too excited. Boom, it happens. You know what I mean? The worst is if you do like Pacquiao. Pacquiao paid dearly for encroaching on Marquez in that fourth fight because he got stopped. Not hating, I like Spence, but I like to see him work his way up. What are you talking about? He's a champion. What are you? Okay, are you talking about work his way up? Who beats him easy? Amir Khan, if he fought Errol Spence Jr. next, who would win? Errol Spence Jr. versus Amir Khan. If they were to fight in June, who would win? Spence, exactly. If he rematches Kell Brook, who would win? I think Spence would win. So what do you mean, work his way up? Those are top competition, name-wise, in the division. You know what I mean? So what do you mean, work his way up? Thurman or Crawford are the only ones that seemingly might be able to beat him. Maybe. Amir Khan's on a reality TV show. Yo, can we get to 200 likes? If you're in the stream, we've been going for a while, and you haven't hit the like button, you're doing a disservice. The more engagement, the easier it is for me to do this. Because if the engagement's not the same as the regular videos, then I gotta cut these a lot shorter so I can actually work on those videos. You guys gotta remember that. Mods, remind people in the comment section. But that's how this stuff is sustained, the live videos. Because me sitting still, it's hard. I'm an Aries, so it's hard for me to just sit in one spot and just rap to y'all for 2 hours straight. But Keith Thurman would destroy Errol Spence. You don't know shit about boxing. Not that you're picking Keith Thurman, but I can always tell who doesn't know, and that's to UFC, MMA, boxing news. Stick to MMA. When people take all these fights and they make it sound that dramatic all the time, that's how you know who don't know shit about boxing. Keith Thurman would destroy Errol, getting murdered by Keith. The fact that you have to do all that shows that you don't know shit about boxing. Because, there's a chance, but who the fuck has Keith Thurman even destroyed recently? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my question. Keith Thurman is a better fighter, but see, it don't matter. Keith Thurman has a shot to win for sure. But you said he would destroy Errol Spence Jr. Kell Brook didn't destroy Errol Spence Jr. Who has Keith Thurman recently destroyed? Did he destroy Luis Collazo, who had multiple losses? Did he destroy Leonard Bundu? Did he destroy Danny Garcia? Like, what are you talking about? Once again, that's how I could tell who knows shit, because it's so dramatic and it's so, Keith Thurman would murder, immortalize, destroy. Like, you don't have to do all, like, if you say Keith Thurman, I think he beats him and this is my reasons, cool. But all this destroy and murder and all that, you don't know shit about boxing. The movement and counter punching will do it. In the end, I seen Porter got schooled. Porter didn't get schooled because by the fight, man, I want to put someone in the hot seat so bad. I might have to put him in the hot seat. How did Porter get schooled and by the fight's end, they were booing Keith Thurman and they were cheering for Porter? I thought Keith Thurman won the fight, but nonetheless, it was definitely a close fight. So how did Porter get schooled? You know what I mean? And in fact, I thought Keith Thurman made the fight harder than it needed to be by exchanging so much with Porter and not trying to get in and out and box. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he made it hard. So he didn't destroy Porter. So what are you talking about? Danny Garcia is a new welterweight. Ain't really fought. He fought Samuel Vargas, Robert Guerrero, who been beat up by Aaron Martinez and Floyd, Keith Thurman, Paulie Malignaggi, who was definitely not in his prime when Garcia fought him, and then he fought Keith Thurman. And Danny Garcia didn't get destroyed. He got rocked up in the first round, but I mean, Danny Garcia, if he got destroyed, he should have got knocked down or stopped, and that's not what happened. So for you to say that a young, fresh Spence who has a style that definitely gives Keith Thurman problems, especially with the body shot. You look at what Keith Thurman got hurt to the body versus Collazo and Porter. So all this destroy shit sounds stupid, because why didn't Keith Thurman destroy Bundu? Bundu got annihilated by Errol Spence Jr. And Keith Thurman didn't even destroy Leonard Bundu. Did he win? Yes. Did he win convincingly? Yes. But it was a boring fight, and he didn't destroy him. So all that extra shit sounds crazy. Now, styles make fights and all that, but, I mean, you act like Spence has nothing for him. Yeah, you don't know anything. Once Lamont Peterson lays the blueprint, it's over. Keith will destroy Spence. Yeah, I'm done talking to you. You don't really know shit, so. And good luck with your channel, because once fans figure out you don't know shit about boxing, it's going to be kind of hard for you to grow, but whatever. Peterson won't win, but he'll lay the blueprint, trust me. Nah, I definitely don't trust you. You talking about trust me? I don't trust nothing you saying. And that's funny. You said he's going to lay the blueprint, but he's not going to win. Some blueprint. That's like Victor Ortiz laid the blueprint versus Mayweather, but then he got stopped, so who cares? Ain't no fucking blueprint. Why does people hate on Spence? I don't know. Who knows? Why would you ask if I seen Mayweather versus Gotti? I mean, that's a classic. Of course I've seen that. Listen, you heard it from me. Aside from any kind of bullshit politics, if the fight is fair and judged fairly on an even playing field, no bullshit stoppages or something like, you know what I mean, like Joshua versus Carlos Takam, where it's like, why'd you stop it? Or George Groves versus Carl Froch. On an even playing field, if everything's on the up and up, I'm picking Guillermo El Chicao Rigondeaux to beat Lomachenko. See, I'm not going back and forth. Like, it is a fight, and I'm kind of going back and forth. Realistically, I told y'all before, realistically speaking, if it weren't for jumping up 2 weight classes, I would pick Rigondeaux without a shadow of a doubt, with no hesitation. If they were fighting, if it was less weight. But that is the biggest dynamic to me. The fact that it's happening 2 weight classes above. You know what I mean? I'm rocking with Rigondeaux. It is what it is. That's who I think will win. It's a good fight. Listen, the reason, first of all, I think Lomachenko's power is overrated. I don't think he hits like people act like. I don't think he's hitting that hard. If you watch most of his wins, he's frustrating. He's like fidgety, squirrely, and he breaks you down more psychologically than brutality. Like, for example, Triple G, when he breaks you down, the people who've been stopped by Triple G, they got stopped because they were fucked up. Curtis Stevens, Gabe Rosado's face was leaking. Ishida got knocked back into Japan or wherever he's from. Adama, Macklin, those guys couldn't compete. There's a level of brutality. You know what I mean? Lomachenko's not really doing that to me. And see, this is the thing. What styles make fights. What works what works for Lomachenko versus a Jason Sosa, I don't think it's going to necessarily equate to a Cuban amateur who also has 2 gold medals, because he's going to know the art of anticipation. He has speed himself, and he has power. So I don't think it's going to work. Jason Sosa, look it up. He has less than 10 amateur fights. At the level that Lomachenko competes at, since he has so much experience, he has nearly 400 fights. I think it's 396 fights with 1 loss, and he avenged that 1 loss twice. Then before he got into regular boxing, he was in another tournament, and I think they could get paid. It was called like World Series boxing, right? So that doesn't even count. People keep talking about Lomachenko has 10 fights. He technically has 10 fights, but he was in that World Boxing Series, and he had some fights there too. So he really actually has more fights than people, because that wasn't the amateur program. That wasn't considered the amateur. He got the 2 golds in the amateur program. But anyway, bottom line is this: styles make fights, and what you could get away with one guy, another guy could capitalize if they're so inclined. And I think Rigondeaux is so inclined because he has a similar level of experience. Maybe his record as an amateur is not as high or whatever as Lomachenko, but he still has amateur experience. Jason Sosa didn't. Miguel Mariaga had amateur experience, but as a pro, he took 2 losses, Nicholas Walters, and he lost to Oscar Valdez, and then he moved up in weight. And Lomachenko's face was tattered, and I don't even really remember Mariaga landing much. So I think Lomachenko, the style in which he fights, kind of plays into Rigondeaux, trying to jump on you and stuff, because Rigondeaux, he's more economical. He's not throwing a million punches, but he's making sure the punches count. And Rigondeaux has customarily fought bigger guys. I'm sure he probably does it in sparring too. The Magasa was almost 6 feet tall. You know, even though it's featherweight. I mean, who knows what he... See, Magasa was a featherweight that moved down for the opportunity to fight Rigondeaux, I think, in Japan. So who knows, his body, even though he made the weight, his body naturally probably would rehydrate to to whatever it was doing at featherweight. So he was probably pretty big. Donaire looked big next to Rigondeaux. And I think Donaire hits harder than Lomachenko. So I heard Magasa was 142 on fight night. Wow. And his face was fucked up by Rigondeaux. Wow, he's 145 pounds. See, I didn't even know that, but I could tell he was big. I mean, the motherfucker's like 5'11". So, and he was a featherweight. So even though you guys got to understand, when it comes to weight, this is how weight works. Your body is going, like most fighters drain to cut weight, to make weight, to some, like whether they're draining water weight or dehydration and in real fucked up shape or whatever. But your body, after that point where you make weight, is going to naturally try to replenish all the way back to where it feels it should be. So that's how you see certain guys gain so much weight. I remember, look it up. You guys don't have to take my word for it. Badu Jack fought this guy, and he literally rehydrated like 30 pounds. It was like unbelievable. He rehydrated and Badu Jack knocked him out. But he rehydrated a lot because, again, your body's naturally going to try to replenish back to where it feels it should be. So Magasa, even though he made the 122 for Rigondeaux, he was a featherweight, and he was a tall featherweight with the big frame. So he's probably rehydrated a lot more. So I think Rigondeaux's, he's used to fighting big guys in general. I mean, everybody that Rigondeaux fights makes him look like they're in a different weight class. Not everybody, but a Magasa, Donaire, the Chucky Moises Flores. Moises Flores looked like he would have been a division higher than Rigondeaux. But Rigondeaux's Rigondeaux. So I just think Rigondeaux has a lot of tools. And, I mean, there's a chance, I guess, Lomachenko could stop him. But I haven't really seen the power that people kind of claim with Lomachenko. He's a good fighter, but I don't think his power is all that. And another thing that I used before that I said, really answer this question to me. When have you ever seen Lomachenko do something different in order to get it done? I really don't remember a fight where his style was everything with his style is like Energizer Bunny, like da 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 da, angles, yap 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 yap, and it's like his footwork and his offense is his defense. People act like he has this crazy defense, but I don't think he does. I think he just overwhelms you, and people get gun shy because they don't know how to handle that. But realistically, I don't see Lomachenko as varying his style much. That's just my opinion. And the reason I bring up Floyd is because he's a known name in the sport. He's a known complete fighter. I've seen Floyd do different shit to achieve victory. He fought Maidana. He had a bite down. He fought off the ropes a lot. Tried to siphon to the body. He was losing to Zab Judah. Started sticking to the body. When he fought Ricky Hatton, he kind of tied up early, then started breaking his man down. Conor McGregor, he just simply walked him down and tried to embarrass him, carried him for a couple rounds. When he fought Canelo, he mixed it up. I think he underestimated Canelo, and he came out stupid aggressive, and then he seen Canelo wasn't for play, probably felt some of them arm punches and the weight behind it, so he's like, okay, Canelo was throwing some. You go watch the Floyd fight, the first 3 rounds. I don't know the exact round, but watch the first 3 rounds. Canelo was throwing some mean ass shit in those first 3 rounds, but he was barely whizzing by Floyd. You know what I mean? But boxers aren't stupid, especially Floyd. So I think Floyd realized, like, okay, this dude, he's a solid counterpuncher. He has underrated hand speed, and I feel the wind go by, or I feel the arm punches, things like that. As a result, I'm going to calm down, get back to boxing, which is what he did. Then he had to open up Canelo. You know what I mean? But he did. I've seen multiple fights. Same thing with Zab Judah. He was trying to outspeed Judah first, but then Judah looked like he had more speed and sharp, and he was a southpaw, so he had to make adjustments. Lomachenko, I don't really... Plan A seems to work, which is cool, but what happens if it don't work? What are you going to do? Is Lomachenko going to fight off the back foot and just be effectively like pull countering, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what is Lomachenko going to do? So he has to pray that first game plan of overwhelming Rigondeaux and size and stuff works. But if it's round 6 or 7 and you haven't knocked down Rigondeaux, you haven't like caught him with some clean shit that visibly rocks him and stuff, I think as the fight wears on, you're gonna see a more surgical Rigondeaux. Just like the Donaire fight. If you see, I could do this all day, man. Y'all gonna start having to send us super chats or some shit. I'm dropping too many gems for y'all, man. Watch the Donaire fight. See, and this is the bullshit with HBO, and this is bullshit with a lot of fans, because they always make it like Rigondeaux is stupid boring and he sucks and no one wants to watch him. But that Donaire, at first, them early rounds were a high-speed chess match, and Donaire was not looking bad in that. He was throwing, they were both, listen to the commentary. I think Roy Jones, a fighter who knows his shit. Roy Jones is even saying, hey, Jim, both of them, they throwing with bad intentions, Jim. They throwing with bad intentions. He kept talking about how they was both throwing. You know what I mean? There was like rage and animosity in them punches. And Roy even pointed out, go listen to it, don't take my word for it. And he pointed that out. He's like, they throwing with bad intentions, Jim. But it was as like maybe the halfway mark or after Rigondeaux got knocked down by Donaire, he just got back up, got surgical, and then he started to pull away from the fight. But it wasn't a boring fight. It might have gotten boring because Donaire didn't have the depth to fuck with Rigondeaux towards the end or whatever. But Donaire was throwing some heat. When Donaire got hard. And that, I mean, that's just what it is. But people always try to make it like Rigondeaux's so boring, and it's like I heard Bob Arum talking about Lomachenko. He's not gonna allow Rigondeaux to be boring. Like, okay. Everything Lomachenko does is what Rigondeaux kind of wants you to do. So, if the weight's not too much for him, Rigondeaux's sharper, to me. I just think he's sharper fighter. He's also a thinker. And the thing is, boxing is about like ebb and flow. Like what I was saying earlier, Kovalev, part of his MO is a bully. Shout out to Distrokes 2, $2 super chat, Shmoney gang. We dropping gems. And shout out to Anthony Allen, $5 Shmoney gang. Pray to the Shmoney guys. We working. We got some super chats going. But Kovalev, see, this is the thing. Sometimes fighters do what works for them, which is normal. But if it doesn't, some people can't adjust like that. You know what I mean? They'll just do more of the same. Even Triple G, like if you look at Triple G, his last 2 fights were his most difficult fights, Jacobs and Canelo. And Triple G showed a lack of depth once he faced people that were of the note, elite level people. And that's why he worked behind the jab, and he didn't really seem to do much else outside of that. Like Triple D didn't just start like do the fucking Mike Tyson peekaboo and then try to walk up to Canelo and he was mad hesitant when Canelo was on the ropes, shit like that. So it's like same thing with Kovalev. When Ward was in his bag, you know what I'm saying, in his trick bag and shit, using some movement, standing his ground, raking the body like he did in the first fight, shooting stuff upstairs and mixing it up more, Kovalev seemed to get broken down mentally and physically, and he didn't really know what to do to adjust. And that's the same thing with Lomachenko. If what Lomachenko does, like when he does the Jason Soto, if that shit worked for him, then props to him, and that you got Rigondeaux out of there or you hurt him or whatever. But my thing is, if that doesn't work, then I see him having problems with Rigondeaux, because I don't think he's gonna have the depth to adjust. Like, I haven't seen him really fight any other style other than that. So he has to hope that works for him. He has to hope that I can overwhelm Rigondeaux and Rigondeaux don't know what to do, or catch him early or set an early tone. But I think Rigondeaux is he's like Denzel said in Training Day. You know, I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. Rigondeaux's surgical. So I'm telling you, if it gets to that halfway mark and Lomachenko hasn't done something major to disrupt or discourage Rigondeaux, like a knockdown, or like what Saddam Ali did to Cotto, where Cotto was hurt in round 2 and 4, if he hasn't done something like that, the fight's gonna slowly start getting away from Lomachenko. And what is he gonna do? I think he's gonna do more of the same, which is gonna put him more in harm's way for Rigondeaux's style. Rigondeaux wants you to come to him. And I'm telling you, certain things that people like Rigondeaux, when you see them shooting sharp shit, even if it barely misses, if it connects, but even if it misses, it's gonna make you think twice. Like, damn, how am I gonna get in when now every time he's like, Rigondeaux be doing them noises and shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna make you think twice about your approach, how you gonna come into it. And I don't know. That's just my thoughts on the fight. I think Lomachenko's style kind of plays into what Rigondeaux does well. Rigondeaux, he wants to sit back and try to counter you. You know what I mean? Simply put, that he seems to want that. So I'd be surprised if Lomachenko just came out and he played the counter puncher or something and made Rigondeaux come to him and he was just picking him up. I haven't really seen that. Loma's footwork is his defense. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. When Lomachenko's face looked tattered up at the end of the Martiaga fight, that was very concerning for me because I never even seen Martiaga really even land shit. And that was a guy who also came up in weight. So I'm like, damn, why Lomachenko's face look like that? I was like, why does his face look like that off of Martiaga, who was barely even throwing? See, and like I said, to me, it's kind of easier to belittle them guys and make them doubt themselves. But against the Cuban, who also has a pedigree, I don't know. I see that being harder to discourage Rigondeaux. unless you really hurt him. And every time I seen Rigondeaux hurt, he kind of just gets back up, shakes it off, and almost gets better. It makes him fight harder. So. I'm trying to find it for y'all. See, Donaire is different too, because to me, Donaire has more power, especially at that division. You know what I'm saying? He has and he has speed too.
It says he needs to work on his animal.
See, look. This is him after the Mariaga fight.
I was looking at Lomachenko's face. For being such a one-sided fight, his face was kind of marked up. Now, one of the marks on his face was from a headbutt, flash of head. But his face was kind of marked up. You know what I mean? To be expected.
And see, a lot of y'all be on that bullshit. I remember I made a video, and they were like, "That's bullshit. It was a headbutt. A headbutt was responsible for this cut right here, but all this shit under his eye, that don't have nothing to do with no headbutt, unless he was in there with an Aries Ram, and he was just getting headbutt in his eyes like that. That didn't have nothing to do with the headbutt. That was leather that caused that. So, I just think Rigondeaux can discourage. And see, it's similar too, because Donaire had one loss, but he hadn't lost in 11 years when he fought Rigondeaux. And Lomachenko has one loss. They both have losses though, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to take a fighter's O. So I don't know, Lomachenko is going to have to fight, maybe do some shit that I don't think I've seen him do to pull it off, to be honest. Because I don't know that simple bob, sidestep you is gonna work. And see, Lomachenko did an interview where he says he likes fighting southpaws better, but I think what he does is better against the orthodox fighter, kind of like Pacquiao. Pacquiao, his effective awkwardness, I think works better versus orthodox fighters, Bradley, whoever. You know what I mean? There are two southpaws in there. The last jaw Rigondeaux broke was against the southpaw matchup. Any punch was there. Rigondeaux just has to time him. Yeah. Rigondeaux has good footwork too. Like, he's not stationary. Like, hard to explain, especially sitting down. But I look at I study Rigondeaux, and sometimes Rigondeaux, like he'll just walk against the ropes, and then he'll change his position, and it's like so effortless, like the way he transitions. It's beautiful. So cornering Rigondeaux, it's not the same as Jason. So, like, no disrespect, but to me, Jason Sosa, he don't got no defense really. I mean, even Gamboa to me looks shot, and Gamboa was having a little bit of work with him. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'll give y'all some exclusive shit. Hold on, look at his hands. Look at him. Man, can we get some more likes for this hidden? Can we get some more likes? Do y'all want to see this hidden Rigondeaux shit? Rigondeaux's 5'4". Who cares? Moises Flores wasn't 5'4". Neither was Amagasa or Donaire. Lomachenko's listed at 5'6". Sisket Rungvisai, he don't even fight in their division. So you sound crazy. Can we get some more lights? Can we get like to 245, close to that? So y'all can see this. You are now watching a master at work. Look at Rigondeaux's fucking hands as an amateur. Look where they're at. They put a milkman in as a ref. Look. 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 He's trying to come in close. Look. Master of distance. He has his hands down low, and look at him try to close the distance on him. Look, controlling the distance. You see how he spins off the ropes? Oh. Oh shit. Why you hit him with that, Rigondeaux? Oh my gosh. Why is it straight? Look how big that dude looks. Hold on. Look how much you guys keep talking about height. That dude look bigger than him too. Oh my gosh. Get the fuck up. Look. Look how he just, look. Straight left. Oh my gosh. Sit down. Oh shit. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to teach me how to Dougie. Teach me Look at the ref. He's like, teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Around the world, round the world. Hey, pretty ladies across the world. Hey, bro. So I mean, that guy whoever that was in the amateur, I mean, I don't know who it was, but usually to make it that far in the amateurs, you somebody. So I think Rigondeaux's used to fighting bigger people. To be honest, everyone's taller than him. You pumping me up for this fight, ego? LOL. Well, good. Yeah, Rigondeaux should definitely go to the body. He has the speed to do it and the defense. Slow that erratic movement shit down. So, anyway, I'm about to get out of here. I've been on here long enough. Let's do a roll call. Shout out to Super Chat. Shout out to Angel. He left me a Venmo Super Chat. We working. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? I might do a live stream tomorrow. Shout out to Compton. West Coast. Sonora, London, Harrisburg, Newark, Chicago, Houston, Fort Worth, Clearwater, Toledo, Daly City, Bronx, KC, BX, Orlando, The Town, Riverside, North Baton Rouge, Rocktown, Texas, San Jose, South London, Boston, Mass, Canada. It's been real, man. If you guys didn't get to watch this live, check out the playback, the replay, and I'm out of here. Peace.